Sooners went through their final pregame warm-ups. We're ready to go. Kinsey Hansen jogs behind the plate. Nicole May stares out to center field. We're underway, about to be underway, between the Sooners and the Liberty Flames. You got a player to watch today? Brought to you by Love's Travel Sites?
I mean, it would be hard to not choose Alyssa Brito. I feel like it's a cop-out, but man, the way she played this past game, but the way she has been playing, she is so solid right now.
Player to watch, Alyssa Brito. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. First pitch to Rachel Roop is a little bit low, ball one. Roop, the right fielder, hitting .457 on the season.
Had some good swings yesterday. They just went right to people. So you're Nicole May. This one's sky high to Tiara Jennings. If you're Nicole May, Roop is definitely one of those players in that Liberty lineup where you want that result, that high pop-up. You got to be cautious with her. She handles her pretty well.
One away on the infield pop-out by Roop. Here's Roberts, Brooke Roberts, the second baseman. First pitch from May. A little low, ball one. MidFirst Bank is a premier partner of OU Athletics. Exclusive home for the OU debit and credit card. Visit midfirst.com/Sooners for details. Member FDIC. 296 average for Roberts on the season. As we mentioned, the lefty waits, takes it low, ball two. Against the Sooners, Roberts was 0 for 2. In fact, the first three hitters in the lineup for Liberty were a combined 0 for 6. Only had 2 hits, both from the same person. Here's the 2-0. That's in for a strike, 2-1.
That one firm, that curveball in the inside half. You see a lot of those from May, but you know whenever Nicole May is doing well, it's whenever that changeup's working. So I'm hoping to see that today.
Stay alive, did Roberts. Well, runs the count, 2-2. Still having a hard time out in the outfield and around the concourse, finding an empty seat. Few of them behind home plate today. For the most part, Sooner Nation has showed up and showed out this weekend. The 2-2, fouled back.
You were going to say still having a hard time finding your seat. I think
still
everybody's
learning.
Getting used to this brand new stadium, a lot more seats, but also the layout, very different.
Very different. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from May, headed home. Looped into center field. Coleman's got a beat on it. Makes a easy catch for the second out of the inning. And here is the player that gave the Sooners the most problems last night, Savannah Jesse. She went 2 for 2. Those were the only 2 hits that Liberty had. Sitting .316 on the season so far as Jesse. Promising start in the circle from Nicole May. First pitch swinging, popped it up a mile high. All right, K9, what do you have? Oh, fell. Right between her and Sanders.
Yeah, I kind of got worried for a second. As soon as that one was popped up, she just ripped off the mask, dropped it behind her. And then as that ball was starting to fall, you could tell she knew that helmet was right behind her. She got a little nervous.
Do you think she was aware where her helmet was?
Yeah.
Because it seemed like she took a little bit of an odd step.
It looked like she thought it was going to be closer. You know how there's the Sooners behind home plate? I think she was thinking it was going to be in that direction, but instead it went back more towards over home plate, closer to that foul or fair territory.
I caught my whole life. I was a catcher. It's the most terrifying thing in the world that happens.
I caught an inning, and I could say the same thing.
The 0-1 is a little bit out.
I was 8.
So you're still learning about the infield, and that's the very first pop fly that I think Kinsey Hansen has had to deal with. I don't know of any that she's had to make a play on. So they're learning. Here's the 1-1. Grounded down the third baseline. Foul. Brito barehanded it, threw across and got her, but I don't think everyone realizes it was foul.
I think another thing to that point, we have this new awning, and this shadow is kind of right in between that catcher's box. So if you're Hansen trying to see that ball, it's going
point.
in and out of the shadow. That also makes it difficult too.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Jesse digs in. The pitch from Nicole May. Swing and a miss. Got her on that change. If it's working today, look out. We head to the bottom of the first inning. A 1-2-3 top half. Oklahoma and Liberty are scoreless with the Sooners coming to the plate. This is Sooner softball from Learfield. Jada Coleman leads things off for the Sooners. Bottom of the first inning, scoreless game. She'll face Katie Love, the righty who is from Pembroke, Virginia. It's a Liberty Line Academy. A freshman. Righty. He's got a live arm. First pitch to Jada is low for a ball. 365 average for Jada Coleman. 12 runs batted in, 2 home runs. Hit her second of the season here yesterday. Here's the 1-0. Skips to the backstop. 2 balls and no strikes. We did not see Love yesterday. She pitched earlier over at Marita Hines against Tulsa when an inning and a third allowed 1 hit. Here's the 2-0. Good pitch, strike 1.
That one painted that corner on the outside half. And I think something about what we've seen from the umpires here is every game the zone has been different. So it's just learning what it is as a team, whether you're the pitcher or the hitter.
2-1 is sliced through the left side of the infield past the third baseman. And it's a leadoff single for Jada Coleman. Byram was right there, but it just got underneath her glove and past her.
I saw a tweet from Alex Duraco, and she said, I wonder how much fun Coach Gasso is having just changing up the lineup game to game. And I was like, yeah, it must be some kind of joke to her.
First pitch swinging, Burrito fouls it off.
Because I don't think I've seen the same lineup twice. There, one batter here, one switch here.
I think you're right.
She has done such a fantastic job of not making sure the lineup has not been the same.
Are they going to give her a ball? They warned about taking the ball out of the glove to the pitcher Love, but they won't give her a ball. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Burrito. It's low for a ball. But you're right. And in what? It's not minor moves. It's not, hey, you're going to move your 2-hole hitter to the 3 spot. Your regular leadoff hitter hit 9th in the last game. And the girl, Riley Boone, the woman that hit leadoff, is now hitting 8th this game. 1-1 is up high, 2-1.
And it's not because one person's doing bad or good. She's just getting a feel of how she wants this lineup to have its rhythm, to have their mesh, their gel.
Burrito leads the team in home runs. She grounds this one foul. Runner was going.
Coach Gasso working that aggression early on. A little hit and run.
6 home runs, 12 extra base hits. 5 of those are doubles. She reached her quota for triples. In each of her first 3 years, Alyssa Burrito has had a triple. 1. She hit her 1. Here's the 2-2. Low. Ball 3. Jada Coleman is a menace over at first base, dancing around under the watchful eye of Coach Steele. Patty Gasso in the third base coach's box, still in the shade. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Popped up, right side. Get back, Jada. There's room. No, running out of it. And the second baseman, Roberts, crashed into the sidewall, but looks like it might have been more for dramatic effect. She jogs back to the infield.
Again, just learning about this field, that fence on that foul ball area. It's kind of low. It's like waist high. If you don't know the fence is there, you might just run into that net, knock your teeth on that metal.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Jada's going. It's ball 4. Forgive me for going back to your key to game 1. But I wouldn't mind a
You're
hot start here.
forgiven. You're forgiven.
I wouldn't mind a hot start here either.
I almost didn't forgive you, Chris, but you know what? I'm a nice person. I'll let
I
it slide.
appreciate that. Here's Tiare Jennings. First and second. Nobody out in a scoreless game. Jennings rips one into right field, a base hit. Coleman will have to stay at third. That's how hard that ball was hit. And the bases are loaded with nobody out for Kinzie Hansen.
Hansen was hitting 7, now hitting 4. She is clutch.
Again, not like dramatic moves or anything. Not like your 3-hole hitter moving to the 2 spot. Your cleanup batter was the person hitting 7th in your lineup the last game. All right, time is called. We're going to have our first circle trip of the game. Dot's on her way out there, too. Over the last few years, we've seen the development of coaches mastering getting the most out of a timeout or a circle visit. I think the first team I saw do it was Texas A&M. No, actually, it was Northwestern. It was Northwestern, where time was called, and the next thing you know, Michelle Gascoigne's out there with her pitchers. The two sisters, one of them's out talking to the outfielder, the other coach is talking to the infielder.
If you're going to get a free timeout,
take it. You got to take it. Here we go. Meeting's over. Bases are loaded.
And
Jennings,
look who's up to bat.
Kinzie Hansen. First pitch to K9. A little low and away. Ball 1 from Love. Jada Coleman led the game off with a single. Alyssa Brito battled a full pitch walk. A full count walk. And Jennings single. 1-0. Hansen takes it high, 2-0.
If you're Love, this is a tough position to be in. No outs, bases loaded, nowhere to put Kinzie Hansen, but if you leave it too much over the plate, she's been seeing the ball really well.
Bounces this one back to Love. They'll throw to home to get one. The throw to first in time. Double play. Wow. 1, 2, 3. They get Coleman at the plate. Brito advances to third. Jennings to second, and I'll give Hansen credit. She tried to make that a challenging throw, but a good job by Kirsten behind the plate. First pitch to Pickering is low for a ball. Last night against Liberty, Cassidy Pickering, 1 for 1 with a couple runs scored and an RBI, of course. That one hit was a home run. Kirsten was having some helmet issues. She's good to go behind home plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Pickering. A little bit low, ball 2.
If you're Oklahoma, bases loaded, nobody out. All of a sudden you have 2, but you still have 2 in scoring position with Pickering, who highest batting average on the team. She's right there.
2-0 is ball 3. And she has also been phenomenal with runners in scoring position this year. Pickering is hitting .538 with runners in scoring position. She's got a 3-0 count here, the pitch. Ball 4. Bases are loaded again for Ludlam. Here we go, again.
Another batter that you don't want up to the plate.
Say that about this whole lineup. Yeah. Here's the first pitch to Ludlam. Low, ball 1. Ludlam's season average is up to .375. She had a home run, the second of the season in game 1. That's here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The 1-0 is low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch. Ooh, she had a cut. Fouled it down the right side.
Oh, tight on the hands of Ludlam. She's tricky like that. She'll work low in the zone, and then she'll just pop one up. That's what she did to Hansen. Started high, then threw that lower one. You saw Hansen hit that ground ball back to pitcher.
2-1 is bounced off Ludlam's foot. Foul. Might have been her knee.
Bounced off hard. That was halfway to shortstop.
Patty Gasso walks down the third baseline. Coach has shed the gray hoodie. She's gone with a long sleeve Sooner shirt. Meanwhile, Fale Steele, Coach Steele, is staring into the sun. She gets to sport the t-shirt over at first base.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Coach Gasso set up the field and the awning specifically so she never had to be in the sun.
She's in the
She
chain.
would do that.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Ludlam. She's ready. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The pitch. Bounce towards short. The only play she'll make is to second, and they just get Pickering on a nice job by Barrett to end the inning. Well, the Sooners strand the bases loaded. And as we head to the bottom of this, to the top of the second inning, Oklahoma and Liberty are scoreless. You're listening to Sooner Softball presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Today's game is also brought to you by our OU Community Cornerstone partners, Fowler Auto Group, OG&E, OU Health, and Coca-Cola. The University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with you. With Nicole Mendez, I'm Chris Plank. We're scoreless as we head to the second. Sooners left the bases loaded. Here's Haley Dieter. First pitch to the left-handed hitting left fielder is high for a ball from Nicole Mack. Hansen hit it hard, but hit it right back to Love, the pitcher. Easy double play. Then Ludlam just barely missed one. There's a line drive right at Boone. One away. Riley Boone was positioned perfectly.
I feel like her and JT must have some really good conversations, or her instincts are really good because, I mean, she's able to track some balls down. Don't get me wrong. I've seen her track them down. But her ability to be within a step or two of majority of the balls that come her way is so impressive.
Mary Claire Wilson swings to the first pitch. Slow roller to third. Brito quickly across, 2 away. Yeah, I agree. And there's a couple other people to give credit to, including Fausty, Lauren Foster. I didn't realize she had a name, Lauren Foster. We saw one of her Wisconsin teammates in the airport, and she yelled Fausty. And I was like, oh, that's just great.
Oh, has it stuck yet?
No, I'm the only one that does it. So Lauren Foster, G. Juarez, and, of course, Ryan Wondrosik do a great job behind the scenes of getting this team ready, too. First pitch swinging, line drive back up the middle, a base hit. Sierra Kirsten hit it so hard that Jada Coleman went ahead and threw it to first base.
I mean, she was going to round a couple steps and then last minute had to put her foot back on. That's how quick that throw from Jada got. But I have 2 hitters in my lineup, kind of starred of, okay, these are the ones for Liberty that are going to make an impact if you see any adjustments.
First pitch swinging a miss from Fortner, the first baseman.
Obviously, you just saw what she's capable
Yeah,
of.
Sierra Kirsten.
And then we talked about Roop earlier on. So those are the 2 that may just wants to be really cautious and really sharp with their pitches.
Swinging a pop-up behind home plate. Is there room for Hansen? No. Hit on the roof. Sounds like it does roll straight back.
Yeah.
That's the
you can
sound.
hear the little roll.
We're learning a lot here this weekend, people. A lot. No balls and 2 strikes. May stares in. The pitch to Megan Fortner. Skips. Oh, wow, and what a play made by Hansen.
And the crowd, they recognize that as well. That was a 2-hopper to Kinsey Hansen. Almost hit Fortner, who was standing in the box.
Wow.
Stopped it. And no runner advance. That was so good.
Here's the 1-2. Little low, little in. The crowd doesn't like it.
Neither did Nicole May.
I don't think Nicole May's liked a lot of calls this weekend, judging by watching her. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Bounced foul. Just saw
Oh.
two of your former teammates, Kaylee Clifton and Jocelyn Allo, making their way in. They did that thing where I thought they were looking at me and I started to wave, and then thankfully Kaylee waved back, so I didn't feel too weird. Everyone, it looks like they're looking at it, right?
Who's that weird guy that waves at everybody?
2-2 is popped up behind home plate a mile high, but there's not a play to be made.
That's what you're going to be known as, Chris
The weird
Plank
guy
in the
that waves
stadium.
at everyone. Well, and because we're positioned, if you are entering the lower bowl.
Don't listen, he's just making excuses.
Down it looks like you're looking right at us every time you turn, and I've mistakenly waved at about 5 people.
You're a friendly guy. You've never known a stranger.
That number continues to grow, I think, too. All right, here's the 2-2 pitch from May. Off speed, called strike 3, inning over. The ball popped out of the glove of Hanson, who shakes her head in frustration, but she picked up the ball and tagged Fortner. That'll be the second strikeout of the game. Getting ahead of myself. Scoreless game between Oklahoma and Liberty. Today's game day weather is brought to you by the Trails Golf Club in Norman, where you'll experience everything you love about golf and more. It is gorgeous. We say Chamber of Commerce type day. 78 degrees right now. Winds are out of the south at 19 miles an hour.
I mean, you could have gone to that par 3. We had
Yeah,
time.
yeah, you'll have time. Well, Sooners can get going here, maybe. Sid Sanders digs in. Takes the first pitch low. 79 degrees is the high. Say it feels like 73. I don't know if I would know the difference between 79 and 73.
I'm in a long sleeve in the shade, and I don't feel chilly, so I feel like it has to be upper 70s.
1-0 is high, ball 2. I don't care. I'm just making this vow right now. I don't care what the temperature is. Our window will be open all year. 2-0 is in for a strike. Now
Bold move, Cotton.
The way that these windows are set up, though, there could be an area where I could leave my side open and everyone else could be protected, like they're doing with the TV camera.
Right.
So, here's the 2-1 pitch. Sanders swinging a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sid Sanders is the team leader in walks drawn this year, but she also, among the regular starters, has struck out the most. 9 walks, 8 strikeouts, a .269 average. The Sooner first baseman. 2-2 is low, ball 3. That's a tough pitch to lay off of, too.
That was a good pitch from Love, but again, figuring out these different umpires, different strike zones, getting used to it.
That ball is absolutely launched into another continent, but it's foul.
I think that one actually landed well over the field, but
Holy
foul,
smokes.
but all the way out there in the pitcher's bullpen.
Wow.
Heads up.
Here's the 3-2 pitch to Sanders again. This ball is launched fair and deep into the night. A bomb by Sid Sanders into the left center field bleachers. A no-doubter. That's how you get right, Sid. It's 1-0 Sooners on a bomb into the left center field bleachers off the bat of Sid Sanders.
And that has been something that she has been searching for. She needs it. And I got to give you credit, Chris Blank. You called that.
I did?
You did.
Oh, when she didn't play the first game.
You said she's going to come back. Game 2, she's going to hit a home run right here.
I think I did say that.
You did.
We've talked a lot in 2 days. Sid Sanders did the same thing at Marionetta. Coach Gasso sat her a game, left her out of the lineup. She came back in the next game and was unreal. First pitch to Boone is low for a ball. .467 average for Riley Boone this year. She's got 10 runs batted in. She'll eclipse her career high quickly, as 14 is her career high in runs batted in for a season, as the 1-0 misses outside 2-0. Sid Sanders hammered that one. Here's the 2-0. Ball 3.
A little bit of a prelude to that one with that foul ball. All right. Shift it over, and you know where that home run was? It just clicked for me.
Left center field.
Left center field.
And I was talking to Fowley, Coach Steele, about it too. what you might not realize as the 3-0 pitch is in for a strike, is it does from center field to a little bit, I guess, short of right center and left center, it does angle back in a little bit. I mean, there's two angles to the wall.
It feeds into center field, so if a ball hits off that wall, it'll feed back to that center field.
3-1 is a good pitch, strike two. Yeah, and when you look, you don't notice it just until someone tells you. And you're like, oh, gosh, yeah, that does feed back into center field. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Bounced towards short, going to be a close play at first, the throw inside. One away. Just clips Boone on a nice play by Barrett. Here's Alina Torres.
That was a great play by Barrett. She didn't even take a step in between fielding and throwing that ball. That's the only reason why Riley Boone is out. And even then, it was bang, bang.
Alina Torres getting the start.
Walk-up. My very first travel football team, Gasolina, was on our team CD.
Wow. Makes me feel better that you would know what a compact disc is. First pitch to Alina Torres, misses outside.
I had a Walkman growing up.
Torres was 0 for 1 in the opener against the Raging Cajuns. Really?
Yeah.
It's impressive. I had one whenever I was an adult.
That's impressive.
The 1-0 is in for a strike, 1-1. You always wanted ones with like the orange ear pads because they looked cooler. 1 ball, 1 strike to Torres. 267 now in the season for Torres, who takes ball 2.
I think back to Sanders' home run and Torres coming up. We've been looking for, they have their moments, and you know what kind of athletes they are. But you're just looking for a little bit more consistency. And that has what Torres has delivered deep in the right center gap.
She's
for
on
a
her way to
double.
second. Yeah. There you go, Alina Torres. Lines one into the right center field gap. She'll stand at second.
Right center was feeling a little lonely.
Yeah, we hadn't seen much there. Everything had been to left center. Here's Jada.
Yeah, pretty much everything that's been in that area has been a little flare behind that 3-4 position or a home run out of the park.
Here's the first pitch to Jada Coleman, Sooner center fielder. It's in for a strike. Jada singled her first time up, but was forced out at home on the double play that ended, well, it didn't end the inning, but ended the Sooner threat for the most part in the first. Here's the 0-1. Popped into left field, falling fast. It's down for a hit. Torres will go ahead and take third, and Jada Coleman has a 2-hit day. And here's Brito. 1-0 Sooners. We're in the bottom of the second inning. With Nicole Mendez, I'm Chris Plank. Aubin Phippen is our producer for the franchise. And on the Sooner Sports Network. Brito walked. Was stranded at third in the first inning. Oh, they're adjusting.
First and third call here. I know if you're Coach Gasso.
Oh, they gave her a time violation. Ball 1.
They called it on.
There's no way they could have called that on Torres. Or, excuse me, on Brito. Wait a minute.
So this is where
Go ahead.
the strategy comes into play. So the catcher, she comes out, she's calling her first and third play. She's going to walk back, but Brito, she's been ready to go. The clock has been winding down, and all of a sudden the umpire's like, we're out of time. So being able to manage that as a team.
So you know what? I think I like what the umpires are doing here. I think they're going to, because Brito had stepped out, they're just going to say no violation. They're going to tell Dot. At least I think that's what they're going to do. Yeah, there you go. So no count. It should have been a ball, and it will be in the future. But now she wants to make sure and clarify that there's no count. The scoreboard just now changed it. Okay, there you go. It's going to be a work in progress. A situation, I mean, they just now started it. First pitch to Brito is a ball anyway, so as the kids would say, ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
That's part of the new rule.
And it's just something that you have to get used to. We're seeing a lot of the watches where you're getting the call
Yep.
instead of the traditional number.
1-0, a bunt. It's a wild pitch. It gets to the backstop. Torres scores. Coleman all the way to third.
Great read by Jada Coleman. That was just meant to be a simple bunt, and you pull it back into the eyes of the catcher from Brito, and she did it well because that popped out of the glove of Kirsten, and it just rolled back there.
A little I didn't mean to check swing. Jada starts home, stops. Now she'll head back to third as they throw out Brito at first. She got caught trying to check her swing. She was just too strong. Love makes the play, throws her out, 2 away.
Hey, they still scored and advanced that runner all the way to third.
Patty Gasso is barking down to the home plate umpire. Here's the first pitch to Jennings. It's in for a strike. Coach was hot about something.
Yeah.
But and Jada even kind of threw her arms out. Regardless, Tiare, who's 1 for 1 on the day. Hammers one. I mean, absolutely destroys one over the left center field wall. A Tiare blast. That was gone off the bat. Wow. 4-0 Sooners on a no-doubter from Tiare Jennings. Home runs are brought to you by the people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. Chalk up her 6th home run of the season. And the Sooners are up 4-0.
Double 2 home runs this inning. Tiare Jennings, man, such a good hitter. That one almost went out of the brand new mega massive stadium.
First pitch strike. It gets us to our debate. I've been fighting with a lot of people over this. They think like, oh, someone's going to hit the scoreboard. I'm like,
Someone's going to hit it.
You think so?
Yes.
Here's the 0-1 to Hansen. It would almost be fitting if it
Listen,
happened right now.
Chris Plank.
1 ball, 1 strike.
We saw Tiare Jennings herself
Right.
at Hall of Fame hit the warning track
Second
of the
wall.
slow pitch field.
Right. 1-1. That's ripped through the 5-6 hole into left field. A base hit. The shortstop Barrett turned and looked at the third baseman Byram, and it was already into left field. 7th hit of the game for the Sooners.
Yeah, Kenzie Hansen, she has been hot. Her bat has just been finding defensive players, outfield, infield. She's been hitting it hard, but that one finally finds a gap. And as a hitter, sometimes that can be so frustrating. Like, man, yes, I squared it up, and then, okay, it was right to him. All right.
Dots done with Love. Katie Love will be replaced here as we'll have our first pitching change of the day, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway.
I would have had Escobar ready to go maybe a little bit sooner because last inning they had bases loaded. Got a really good pitch that got him out of a jam, got a double play, but if you feel that, if you sense it, you don't want to let the floodgates open. You want to make that adjustment before they open.
Escobar, Jr., out of Spring Hill, Texas, transferred to Liberty from North Alabama. First pitch to Cassidy Pickering is low and away for a ball. 1.49 ERA. She is 4-0. 35 strikeouts to 8 walks and 37 2/3 for Escobar. Pickering takes ball 2. She is very active with her wind. Throws that glove up. Pickering takes ball. Oh, strike 1. Looked to be a little up. 2 balls and a strike. Hansen's at first. There's 2 outs. Sooners have put 4 on the board here in the second. And they lead at 4-0. The pitch. Pull the string on an off speed. Hansen takes off for second while the ball was being thrown back to the pitcher.
I don't even think anybody knew that she was going. Didn't hear anything from the dugout. And Hansen, Coach Gasso's looking over and goes, what? Kenzie Hansen shrugs her shoulders and she goes, it was a changeup.
3-1 is fouled straight back.
I've been saying this. like, I think Kenzie Hansen has been feeling a little speedy. I've seen her beat out, like, an infield single, leg it out. I've seen her steal a couple bases, get a little aggressive.
She's got the coolest attitude. She's definitely a California kid.
No, through and through.
Here's the 3-2. Hit down the third baseline, backhanded by the third baseman. Long throw, safe. Ball gets away from the first baseman. Here comes Hansen. The throw, not in time. It's 5-0 Sooners on aggressive base running from the captain and timely hitting from the freshman.
I mean, we just talked about Kenzie Hansen wanting to leg some stuff out. That ground ball, it was a great snag over at third base by Byram, but she was right in front, right behind the bag. Kenzie Hansen slid in underneath that throw, pops up, sees the throw, goes past the first baseman and says, all right, let's take another one.
Ella Parker is going to pinch hit here. 5-0 Sooners. It's a 5-run explosion here in the second. I think for a lot of fans, these last 3 games are what you have seen from this Sooner team. Miami of Ohio, as the first pitch is fouled off the netting for strike 1.
They're a team that
they beat Louisiana Lafayette, by the way. They beat them 12-10.
12-10. If you are just a fan of softball and you're like, what's a dark horse that I should follow this year? That's the team you want to follow.
0-1 to Parker. Off speed, falls in for a strike, and Ella's behind on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. 421 average for Ella Parker. She's also hitting 444 with 2 outs. Runner at first, the 0-2. Oh, got her looking. Inning over. Beautiful pitch. Absolutely fooled Parker. The Sooners, though, strike first. They send 9 batters to the plate. They hit 2 home runs. Here we go. Back to work for Nicole May. The Sooners have some juice. They lead it heading into the top of the third inning, 5-0 over Liberty. 5 runs on 8 hits. Home runs from Sid Sanders and T.R.A. Jennings. And a good first inning, good first couple innings for Nicole May in the circle. 2 innings, just 1 hit, has struck out 2. Along with Nicole Mendez, I'm Chris Plank. Sooners stay the same defensively. And our third inning shout-outs, as always, are brought to you by the good people at Century Roofing. Century Roofing on guard for Oklahoma. Maya Byram will lead things off. First pitch swinging, fouled off Hansen for strike 1. And Kenzie seems to be okay. We did not see Byram last night. She is making just her 3rd start of the season. And she's 0 for 3 at the plate. No balls and a strike. May rocks and fires. Misses up high. We see you listening like our buddy Glenn here at Loves Field. Gunny's out in Porter. Papa Wheelie is in Choctaw. Larry and that St. Pete Soonered in. Joel in Rogersville. 1-1. Beautiful. In for a strike 1 and 2. Granny Karen down in St. Cloud, Florida. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Painted those. I was just saying, admiring, really. She's been painting those corners today.
She's ahead on the count here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch way up high, 2-2.
Except for that pitch.
Dennis Church is in Decatur. He said, we're getting ready to watch our son deadlift 525 pounds.
Oh, my gosh.
Is anyone going to help him? Here's the 2-2 pitch to Byram. Slow roller to short. Jennings up with it, throws. Got it. 1 away.
Nice grab by Jennings. She was playing pretty deep. That one. Heels a couple steps away from the grass and to run up, make a strong throw. Byram's a little quick, a little speedy. Had to put some power behind that one.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised it wasn't a little bit closer than it actually was. I thought it was going to be a bang-bang play there. Here's Reagan Barrett, the 9-hole hitter, 267 average for the Liberty second baseman as she takes strike one. Oops, sorry, shortstop. Try to put her at second.
Range covers it all.
She can do it.
Let's just say that.
She can play both. Here's the 0-1. A little nubber back to the circle. May gloves, throws quickly and got her 2 away. Well, May might be our best fielding pitcher we've had in a while.
I think so. She quick with the release. I mean, that one was rolling almost down first base line. She beat Kinsey Hansen there. If that tells you anything. Hansen, she's pretty quick out of the box.
What do you think that was about? Home plate umpire came and said something to May and
that one, it was
Sanders?
just whipped off the end of the bat. Sometimes whenever you hit it off the end of the bat,
okay.
It just makes a dent.
I didn't know if they thought Sanders was just wrong place, wrong time there, just to be put in that conversation. First pitch to Rachel Roop is ripped foul.
Yeah, and then we're back to the top of the lineup. Second time through. Roop, her first time against Oklahoma, obviously not against May, but her first time against Oklahoma, her two at-bats, just absolute monster rips, just right to people. So she's somebody I would definitely mix in the off-speed. I would mix in those pitchers' pitches.
Popped up, right field. Pickering ranges over towards the line, fights the sun, makes the catch, inning over. Last time Sid Sanders stepped to the plate, she hit one out of the stadium almost. She takes ball one here. 5-0 Sooners in the bottom of the third inning. 5 runs on 8 hits for the Sooners. No runs, just 1 hit for Liberty. And off speed misses a little bit out.
Barely.
From Escobar. So are we only playing games here at Love's Field today? Is the Louisiana Lafayette game going to be here?
It will.
Cool. That's pretty cool. Here's the 1-1. Missed outside 2-1. We've been playing games both here at Love's Field and games at Marita Hines. And I noticed that the Louisiana Lafayette guys were still here.
Doing a little bit of scouting.
Maybe so, too. That's true. 2-1 is up high.
Hey.
3-1.
Don't mind if I do.
I think we'll hang out here for a little bit. We like your place. We're not going to go anywhere. Sooners and Raging Cajuns tomorrow. There's ball 4 to Sid Sanders. A good day for Sid continues with the walk. Still a lot of work to be done. We appreciate everyone's patience, but I think that it was said best, as we're going to have a pinch runner here, Maya Bland, that when you get in your seat, it's not going to even realize that this place becomes a construction zone again on Monday, right?
Hard hats are back on.
When you go into the inner workings, team room areas, the athletic training area, that's where you're like, okay, so we got some work to do here. Mm-hmm. Here's Boone. First pitch. Maya Bland is off to second, and she stole the bag. Easy. Booney showed that bunt. Everyone rotated except the shortstop, the second baseman, Barrett, who went to cover the bag. Got there a little bit late, but it didn't matter. Bland stole second.
Yeah, that whole point was to draw those corners in, second base over to first. That one just misses inside to Boone.
Grounded out to short in her last at bat, ball and a strike.
But first base back, and that shifts everybody else over, but it doesn't matter because Bland's fast enough.
Here's the 1-1. Ooh, good cut, fouled it straight back, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That high pitch, whenever Riley Boone goes after that high pitch, she doesn't always, but whenever she does, that right center gap kind of calls her name a little bit.
Then you just watch her run. 1-2 is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Does it sound weird to say that I love watching Riley Boone run the bases?
I do too.
The expression on her face.
There's a looper down the left field line, fair. Patty Gasso waves home Maya Bland. It's another RBI double for Riley Boone, who blows a huge bubblegum bubble and claps her hand in celebration. That's her 11th run batted in this season.
Just 3 away from her career high.
Isn't that crazy? What a season. Here's Alina Torres.
Her music is just bumping. She has Selena. She has Gasolina. Come on.
First pitch strike.
I think we
got to give credit to Caitlin Fournier on that, right? Do you guys even get walk-up music?
They do this year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They got to pick them.
How about that? Look at Coach.
I know.
0-1. Try to check her swing. She did. Ball one. I think I checked. Okay, good. I was worried if they checked at third, it was going to be a strike. But they said she held up. 1 ball, 1 strike. And by the way, to confirm, Louisiana Lafayette and Liberty will play after this game here at Loves Field. The 1-1 is hit hard back up the middle and through into center field. Here comes Riley Boone. No, they'll hold her up. Torres will get chased back to first. It's first and third with nobody out in a 6-zip game in the bottom of the third inning. Now Torres takes off for second and slides in without a throw.
Talk about base running. Torres, she sees that Liberty, they don't want to give up that run to Boone. And she's like, I'm just going to creep behind her. They were standing in front of her with the ball, and she's like, just going to go.
And then if they would have decided to try to get her in a rundown, well then, what
Boone
are you worried
was
about?
Ready. You
Riley
could see
Boone,
her creeping, just kind of taking steps or to first. She's telling Jada Coleman exactly what she was doing.
Pinch runner Avery Hodge will check in at second base for Alina Torres. 6-0 Sooners, bottom of the third inning. We'll get back to some of those shout-outs, but let's all sit and watch what Jada does. Oh, we're going to have some time. It's like Liberty is going to make a pitching change, and the pitching changes all year long are brought to you by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Dot Richardson, the legendary Olympian Bruin, built a beautiful program out of Liberty. Her pitching coach. Now, I get Casey and Sammy Fagan confused. So one of the Fagans are out talking to their pitcher right now.
One of those Fagan girls.
Well, never mind. We're not going to have a pitching change. Dot went out with a lineup card, talked to the home plate umpire, but they'll stay where they are. You think she'll notice me if I wave? Dot, what's up? Well, it looked like she was looking at us.
She was too fired up.
Think so.
Couldn't see anything.
All right, here we go.
If you keep your eyes on Alyssa Brito, she's on the on-deck circle right now, but
she's having a party.
She'll always be dancing. Always. She's acting like she's about to hit, and she's still dancing.
All right, here we go. Second and third. Nobody out. Here's Jada. Jada called for a time, didn't get it. Oh, now she's going to get a little talking to. As the pitch came home and missed low, ball one. Now Patty Gasso's. I'm not doing a good job explaining it because it's a frustrated Coach Gasso and a frustrated Jada Coleman, and they're just like, all right, let's go. First pitch is in for a strike. So basically, Jada tried to call time. She wasn't going to give it to her, but because the
Jada's
pitcher,
hand was up, and umpire didn't give it to her, and she was waiting, and the pitcher kept going, and so she stepped out. And I think that's why the umpire kind of gave her that talking to.
Jada tried to check her swing, couldn't. Strike two.
Escobar, that was nice off speed.
Second and third, nobody out, the 0-2. Launched into center field, it's caught. Boone tag, she'll try to score, she'll slide in ahead of the tag. 7-0 Sooners. The extra point on a headfirst slide by Riley Boone on a laser to center field by Coleman. Let's hope Riley's okay.
Oh, it's heads up there. I mean, you said it. It was a laser. Riley Boone, as soon as that ball was off the bat, she was taking off, had to stop, retrace her steps, get back on the bag, and then go all in such a short notice.
Dot's going to challenge the Liberty dugout. Feels like... okay. Good back and forth there. They were asking if Riley Boone left early. The third base umpire looked and said, no, it's safe. And then Dot's like, I want to challenge it. So.
No, I think Riley Boone got back. That ball was hit so hard. She barely had time to get back and go in, but You saw her run back to that bag, tag up and go home, but she was a little slow getting up from home plate. I think this newly packed dirt might have been a little hard slide.
Well, while we're in the midst of this review, say a big thanks to our friends tuned in all across the U.S. Jennifer Bynum, watching from home in Vegas before heading over to watch baseball, weather permitting. Oh, do we have weather issues in Vegas tonight, OU and Cal? Melanie and Brent checking in from Seattle. Nate Dogg made it to his mom's house in time to watch us and listen in. Kay is tuned in while on the road. Koala B on Twitter. The Kitches and more. Shirley in her easy chair.
Yeah.
Galen listening in the workshop.
The easy chair. Could you imagine calling a game from an easy chair?
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome. But I don't think I would sit in it too terribly long. Joel Rogers asks a good question. When all the construction is complete, will there be an area for Home Run Village? Yes, there will. I'm not sure where that's going to be because the area out in front of the stadium looks like a pretty awesome spot for it. But I could also see it being out beyond the center field wall. I just don't know what that's going to look like either when it's all said and done. But for postseason games, I think it's going to be a part of it.
They make the Oklahoma scoreboard double-sided.
Now, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Mark, Stephanie, and the Dogs are tuned in Antlers. They just confirmed on the replay that Boone did not leave early. And Christy McMurphy points out something good. While the Sooners get ready for get used to the Loves Field shadows, they'll just have to readjust on March 10th when we push back the clock. No, spring forward. Fall back, spring forward. You know what that means?
Lose an hour, add an hour.
Add an hour.
We always get confused. I just know time changes.
And I still don't understand why.
Are they taking it away?
I want to vote against it. All right, here we go. First pitch to Brito is a little bit up, ball one. Brito's 0 for 1 on the day, but she did walk, was stranded at third in the first inning. She bats here with a runner at second. 1 out, 7-0 Sooners. Tried to check her swing. She did.
I've been impressed with Oklahoma and their ability to just hold those check swings. The hits go, the hands want to go, but they keep that barrel back for so long.
2-0, caught the outside corner, strike one. This inning started with a Sid Sanders walk. Maya Bland pinch ran, stole second. Scored on the Riley Boone single. Here's the 2-1 to Brito and caught the upper edge of the strike zone, strike two.
At off speed.
Alina Torres had a base hit up the middle. Pinch runner Avery Hodge stands at second, and Jada Coleman with a line drive sac fly. I guess a line drive sac fly makes no sense. 2-2, fights it off, stays alive.
Sac line drive? I don't even know what you call it.
Well, I think naturally I just say sac fly, but that was not a fly.
I mean, it was in the air?
Can I put sac laser? Would that work?
Only if you make sound effects.
Pew pew. 2-2 is out, ball three.
I like how you think about it, too.
Pew. Well, I was trying to think about what's a good laser sound. Here's the 3-ball, 2-strike pitch with Hodge at second and 1 away. Brito takes ball 4.
Disciplined at the plate. That's her second walk this game. That hard hit, that hard ground ball, but 2 walks. That's discipline. That's knowing your strike zone. That's being comfortable saying, all right, I'm fine.
Pitch in the dirt. Hodge off to third. The throw not in time. Brito wisely takes second. Ball 1 to Jennings. And the run rule territory run stands at third. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jennings. Tiare Jennings is 2 for 2 on the day. Singled and homer. Her third at bat comes here in the third inning. And she pops this one up on the infield. Nice play by Roberts. makes the catch, the second baseman. There's 2 away. It looked for a moment like that might have eyes for the green grass.
No man's land. That's what I was thinking too.
And it didn't catch the jet stream. She needs to hit it to left center
A little
field.
bit more on the shortstop side, right?
K9 is 1 for 2. First pitch, strike. Kinsey back in the cleanup spot. Grounded into a double play with the bases loaded. Here's the 0-1. Outside. One ball, one strike. 7-zip Sooners, bottom of the third.
Kinsey Hansen, she is looking to crush.
A little squirrely grounder towards the right side. The throw to first. Not in time. Look at the wheels on Kinsey Hansen. She beats out the infield single and drives in the 8th run of the game. Hello, run rule territory. It's 8-0 Sooners.
Chris Plank, I think after the game, we need to pull Kinsey Hansen aside and say, you know what, just give us a quick home to first. Let me just time you.
Let's time you, see what happens.
Speedy.
Good on Hansen. First pitch, Cassidy Pickering is a strike. Just workmanlike today from the Sooners.
And whenever they play like that, whether it's with the home runs or
there's a hard hit ball into center field. Pickering drives in the 9th run of the game with an RBI single. The freshman feeling it at Love's. Speaking of freshmen, here's Ella Parker. 9-0 Sooners, and Dott's going to make a pitching change. I would assume. Yep, there we go.
This is the second inning in a row that Oklahoma has gone through 9.
It's pretty unreal. John and Robin watching and listening in Ada. Brad's checking in from Galesburg, Illinois. The Lees are in Cedar Park. Mary and Tim Kirby in Spanaway, Washington. And C. Mills, as always, tuned in. All right, so let's tell you about the new pitcher for the Liberty Flames. It is Tyler Oob. And the first pitch is a little bit up, ball 1. Parker is 0 for 1. We saw Oob here last night. She's 1-2 on the season, 19 in the third. Struck out 9, has walked 5. Parker misses up and in. Had to dance back just slightly from that. Been back a bit.
That was one thing Oob did yesterday. Mm-hmm. She was going in tight on the corners, not afraid to saw off the hands of Oklahoma.
The 2-0. Good pitch. Leads to that. Strike 1.
I mean, you go in the hands and it's a 50-50 shot. So you have to be pretty sure you want to go in there and you have to be pretty committed to that pitch.
Here's the 2-1. Waited on it, popped it foul down the left field line. There's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the third inning. It's 9-0 Sooners.
These fans are so on it with these foul balls.
Just make another catch?
Made another catch.
How about that? Here's the 2-2. Good pitch, a little low, full count.
Pickering take off on this one. So if she gets something in the gap, Ella Parker here, you might see Pickering look to score.
Look out for one in that left center field gap, right? 3-2 is ball 4. The Sooners have batted around officially here in the 4th inning. And here's Sid Sanders. Hannah Core will pinch run for Pickering. And we'll start a new column for the 3rd inning in the Bob Carpenter scorebook. Thank you, Sooner Lisa. Sid Sanders will bat here with the bases loaded. Sid's having a day. She is 1 for 1 with a home run, scored 2 runs, stole a base. Patty Gasso. Patty Gasso was making sure to re-enter Sid.
Sid Sanders is looking around like, what is going on? Coach Gasso was about 5 feet.
Yeah.
And about 2 seconds away from that pitch being delivered.
Well, Maya Bland had entered to pinch run earlier this inning, and we get back around to Sid Sanders. And, you can usually re-enter someone in between the inning. In this instance, you're batting again. You're the 10th batter of the third. A 4-run third. 9-0 Sooners. Are they done yet? First pitch low and in, ball 1.
Struggle of Oklahoma right now.
I mean, just an absolutely gorgeous day here, weather-wise, fans-wise. It's awesome.
Okay.
The 1-0 is in for a strike.
Right now, I'm looking at this outfield. I'm looking at this infield. They are deep. Both corners well behind their bases, but there is a big gap in right center right now. I want it there.
The 1-1. Ooh, Sanders had a cut. It just got a piece of it and fouled it to play. Yeah, it's almost shocking how in Mary Claire Wilson is in center. Now she takes a couple steps back. But that right center field gap, they are playing Sid Sanders towards left center field. It's wide open in right center. The 1-2 skips up for ball 2.
It's a good block behind the plate by Kirsten. Seen some good defense from both of these catchers.
2-2 pitch to Sanders. Off speed, hit a mile high on the infield. Trouble, the shortstop watches it drop. Ella Parker will be sent home. She'll score. Core has scored. Hanson. It's a rout. 12-0 Sooners. And on an easy pop fly, the shortstop Barrett struggled, stumbled, and Dieter from left field couldn't get there in time. And the base is clear on a 3-run double from Sid Sanders. That should have been the third out of the inning.
Chris, you talked the very beginning of this game. You said the wind on this field, weird. It's weird. And that's what we saw. It looks like easy cut, easy clean. It was going to be a catch. And then all of a sudden, started to see Barrett over there start to go left, start to go right. Move around a lot in the bases. They just kept running.
The panic was high.
Yeah.
You could see as soon as that ball was in the air, the panic was high from Barrett. Here's Q. Quincy Lilio will pinch hit here. This is in Riley Boone's spot. First pitch to Q is low for a ball. I'm here for Chance of Q to go along with Chance of Boone. Q and Boone. It's distinctive, the difference.
Tell me about it.
Here's the 1-0. Q takes it up. Got her first hit of the season here last night. Last night, sorry. 1 for 8 with a run scored. Couple of walks, couple strikeouts. She's at 125, but capable of so much more. Here's the 1-1. A little bit low, 2-0. This inning started with a Sid Sanders walk. She stands at second with a bases clearing double that should have been caught. Here's a shot down the first baseline foul. Look how smooth Coach Steele is over at first.
Didn't even flinch
as that ball rocketed right in front of her.
She would remind us all the time, don't gotta get ready if you stay ready.
Don't gotta get ready if you stay ready. She could go play right now. She'd be ready.
She'd cause some havoc on the bases.
2-2. Bounce to the left side. Nice play at third by Byram. Throws across, and a very long bottom half of the third finally comes to an end for Liberty. But the Sooners are rolling. They put 7 on the board, and as we head to the fourth, it's 12-0. Well, as our friend Therese in Austin pointed out, we are in run rule territory. Oklahoma up 12-0. Now, we mentioned there would be some changes, so let's go through it all. Carly Keeney will pitch here. This is her former team. She was at Liberty last year. And when things went south yesterday, the entire Liberty team was sitting here waiting for the next game, and according to highly placed sources that was sitting near them, they were rooting hard. So Keeney is in the circle, and her first pitch to Brooke Roberts is low away for ball one. An infield of Sanders at first, Avery Hodge at second, Tiare Jennings at short, and Alyssa Brito at third. Hannah Core is now in left field with Jada in center and Q Lilio in right. Here's the 1-0, foul straight back. It stays Hanson behind the plate. Brooke Roberts flied out to right in her first at bat. Closes the book on a good bounce back performance for Nicole May. You said the word of the day was redemption. We saw it. 1 ball and 1 strike here from Carly Keeney. Popped up. Is there room for Brito? No.
And a big smile. She wanted that one. And yeah, I honestly wasn't sure if we would see Carly Keeney against Liberty, just because that was a team that she played for. Mm-hmm. And I know Coach Cassa always gives the option to the pitchers, especially whenever it's against their former team, but gotta believe
1-2 fouled off.
I
would think that it would be a major red flag if you said, hey, do you want to pitch against your former team? And you'd be like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'd be like, yeah, I want to pitch against them.
I want to shove.
I want to show them. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Keeney had an incredible career at Liberty. We've been talking about him about every broadcast. Pop foul. And she has been really good for the Sooners, except for top of the 7th yesterday. It was the first time where really you've seen consistent struggles in keeping the ball down. I don't know if it would have mattered if he kept it down with the way they were swinging, but there was some missed pitches.
Their looked so good. Miami of Ohio is on a tear. There's no other word for it. They're just on a tear.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Keeney. Foul back. Keeney finished her 2023 season at Liberty, starting 34 games, appearing in 48. She went 27-12 with a 2.03 ERA. 240 innings pitched. 1-2. Grounded sharply to third. Brito up with it. Throws across, 1 away. Savannah Jesse heads to the plate. Been trying to keep up with some of these. Michael has got us tuned in. He's also in Lake of the Ozarks. Jules is in Moore. Giddy's checking in from Willow Park, Texas. Michael in El Dorado Hills. Now, I got to point out, I mentioned that Shauna had checked in and she was watching us listening to us while watching Washington. Her husband's the coach of the team. First pitch swing and a miss for Savannah Jesse. So, Shauna, I got to know, is Coach K okay with you being distracted with softball while the game's going on?
She's there.
Right, you're there. But are you there in spirit?
Women can multitask.
The 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. I mentioned Matt and Little Banjo having us tuned in today. Paige Cole asks, probably been asked, but how many reviews or challenges does a team get? You get 2, and that's it. Here's the 1-1. Foul back. Which, again, you can take your time and maybe wait, or like we saw from Coach Glasgow and what Louisiana Lafayette did, it's like, well,
you got them early.
We got to use these because if we give an inch, they're going to take a yard, and the Sooners won that game 8-0. They're up 12-0 here. Ooh, that hit Jesse.
That screwball just got away from Keeney. She was going tight in on the hands. We talked about Jessie and how she went 2 for 2 yesterday against Oklahoma. Had a lot of success. Don't want to give an inch.
Don't want to give an inch. We're going to see a pinch runner here. Carly Keeney's so awesome. You can almost tell. I don't know what her relationship was like with Savannah Jesse, but as soon as she had hit her, you could see she kind of started walking down towards the first baseline. as if to say, I didn't do that on purpose, or are you okay? Because the way it hit her, ouch. So Haley Dieter will hit here, and we'll see a pinch runner in Heidorn. So Heidorn's at first, and the first pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Roger and Beverly are in Bartlesville today. Brad at Gold Rush Cheer in Frisco. Michelle's and more.
All over the place today.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low, 1-1. Sooner Squid checked in from, is it Hochatown? While enjoying some mini golf. That sounds delightful.
Are you getting nostalgic again, Chris?
Yeah, I want to go play some mini golf now. Here's the 1-1 to Dieter. Grounded sharply towards short. Backhanded by Jennings. To second for one to first. Oh, they got it. They turn the 6-4-3 double play. What a job. Deep in the hole by Jennings. The smooth turn by Avery Hodge. And the sweet scoop by Sid Sanders. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's all Sooners. Oklahoma 12, Liberty 0. Lead Liberty 12-0. You're listening to Sooner Softball, presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Today's game is presented by our OU Cornerstone, our community Cornerstone partners, Fowler Auto Group, OG&E, OU Health, and Coca-Cola. The University of Oklahoma Athletics is one with you. Here's Avery Hodge. With Nicole Mendez, I'm Chris Plank. First pitch to Hodge is a little up. Avery getting her first at-bat today in the spot that had been occupied by Alina Torres, who had a 2-hit day. Here's the 1-0. Up high. They have an area here. I'm finally starting to learn how to get to the field. I can get to the field now. But they have a cool area where they're doing all the post-game news conferences with Coach. When this place is done, oh my goodness, the 2-0. A little low, ball 3. If you weren't with us the first game, we talked about our conversation we had with Joe Castiglione yesterday, and he's like, it was really important for us to get this class in this stadium. And I thought that was really cool. The 3-0, that's in for a strike, 3-1.
I just love Joe C. and just his heart for his student athletes. Like, that has always been his number one priority is how can I make their experience better?
Ooh, back to work with the 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And this is incredible stadium-wise. I mean, I think everyone who has been in through the first 4 games has had a blast. But the team stuff, oh my goodness. 3-2 is popped up. Shallow left field, could be trouble racing in. It falls for a hit in front of Dieter. Off to second goes Avery Hodge. Lead off double from Avery Hodge. The 14th hit of the game for the Sooners. Sooner Softball is brought to you by OG&E. OG&E, we energize life. And the Trails Golf Club offers the perfect atmosphere for great golf and family fun. At the Trails, you will find golf at its best. Social events to enjoy all year long. Visit trailsgolf.com. Here's Jada. First pitch, J. Cole rips it into right field, a base hit. Patty Gasso will send Avery Hodge. The throw is a good one, but Hodge slides around the tag. It's an RBI single. Make it a 3-hit day for Jada Coleman. And it's 13-0 Sooners.
Oh, my goodness. Daps up Coach Steele over at first. Not too shabby of a day, but let's talk about that slide at home by Hodge.
Smooth.
She made it look like it wasn't close, but that was a bang-bang play.
Alyssa Brito takes the first pitch high. Alyssa Brito is 0 for 1 today. But if it feels like she's been in the middle of everything, it's because she has. She's walked twice, scored a run too. And she's about to hit one to the moon. Here's the 1-0. She should have swung at it.
That was
ball
the
and a strike.
one.
That was right down the middle. I'm feeling a bomb in this at bat. I'm feeling a shot off the bat of Brito.
Like a monster bomb
Yeah,
or
I'm
just a
feeling
home
like
run?
a ooh and an ah thing from the crowd when it hits. The 1-1 is low. Good take.
A scoreboard?
I don't think anyone's ever going to hit the scoreboard, okay? I'm
going
going on. They're not
on
even
record. What will you do
record.
if they do?
I will not admit that I ever said this. I'll admit I was wrong. The 2-1 is lifted pretty deep to right field. Oh, it's out of here. A Brito bomb over the right field wall. She is on some kind of streak to start the season. And as she airplanes into home plate, it's 15-0 Sooners.
I mean, she's on a tear. And Chris Plank calling it.
I've got this feeling when Alyssa Brito's going to hit a home run. Now, it's been wrong a lot.
But it has been right. And my favorite part, as she comes into home plate, a little stinky leg.
Is that what that was?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was confused at first watching online, but here in person, I can see as they're crowded around, she has a little stinky leg going.
Okay, all right. That is the 7th home run from Alyssa Brito. She has driven in 2 more, which gives her 19 for the season. And Liberty will go to the pin once again. We'll get our 4th pitcher of the day. The live her hand early and rolled.
She had 3 of those in a row.
Yep.
Where it fell out of her hand, bounced halfway to home. 3 in a row.
9.26 ERA, and she'll face Tiare Jennings. All right, we're looking at... Oh, go ahead.
She is good. So,
Yes.
on that theme of redemption, gonna see a little bit from her as well. You know, she's wanting to prove, okay, that was not me.
Right.
I'm gonna come back. So I think Oklahoma, they're facing Bachman. They've seen her before, but they're gonna see a different pitcher than they saw last night.
First pitch to Tiare. A little bit in, ball 1. We've already had a massive upset today in Tuscaloosa. Alabama shut out by South Alabama 2-0. First loss of the season for the Crimson Tide. This after they had just beaten Arizona yesterday. Here's the 1-0. Jennings takes a strike. Tiare on the game today is 2 for 3. Has a home run, a single. Obviously, then an RBI and a run scored.
Another upset. Michigan, they beat Florida. I'm pretty sure it was 10-2.
That's right.
It was big score.
Here's the 1-1. Had a cut, fouled it back. This after Michigan was smoked by UCLA yesterday and Florida shut out UCLA.
I mean, it is a free-for-all in college softball.
Scores brought to you by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, you got it.
Bachman,
1 away.
Great response coming into that game. In Oklahoma, they have to know, as a pitcher, whenever you have an outing like that, you're going to want to prove yourself. You're going to give your best stuff. You're going to look like somebody else entirely.
Here we go. Hansen, first pitch to the backstop. Looking at a couple of other scores, North Carolina State has upset Clemson today, 6-1. 2 teams playing again now. It's scoreless. Clemson was one of those teams that kind of thought was really looking the part. 1-0 grounded foul.
Lindsay Leftwich, she just took over that NC State program. She came from LSU. Good coach.
Starting a conference play, Duke beat Syracuse 7-0. How about down in Waco? Baylor found themselves in a good fight, beating Morgan State 2-0. And Stetson upset Tennessee in extra inning 6-4. Here's the 1-1 to Hansen. Ripped right to the first baseman, Fortner, 2 away. Hansen 2 for 4 now on the day. And in Cassidy's Pickering spot, here's Hanakura. Baylor having a much easier time here in the second game against Morgan State. They're up 4-0 in the third. Kelly Maxwell has been called upon to get the final 3 outs here for the Sooners. You got to really feel like it's some kind of evil plan to be down 15-0 and then have to face one of the best pitchers in college softball history in the 5th inning. Is Kelly Maxwell will come in. Maxwell has been fantastic for the Sooners.
I mean, it's tough, yes, but also think about it from Coach Gasso's side.
Want to get her work?
She talked about how hard it was to get those at-bats in, to get pitchers innings, because whenever Oklahoma run rolls, it cuts them short. They lose a lot of games as a result of that, a lot of innings. So I think she's just covering her bases. got to get some innings in for these pitchers.
Maxwell deals. First pitch fouled on the third base line, but barely, to Mary Claire Wilson. A .83 ERA. She is 5-0 in 25 and a third innings. She has struck out 26, walked 8. 6 of those 8 walks came in a 2-game span at the Mary Nutter. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A little bit low and in, 1-1. She was sensational here last night. And people say, who's that pitcher that can step up in March, in April, in May? It's the 1-1 misses outside. Because the Sooners have had a staff for a few years now, right?
But not one this deep.
Not one like this.
No.
When people worry about that, I'm like, well, 28's pretty good. And let me tell you something. Kirsten Deal is starting to look the part. The 2-1 is grounded back up the middle. Hodge ranges, will not have a play. Will not have a play at first. She made the play in the dirt, but Mary Claire Wilson is too fast. She reaches. And I would also add, you're, I guess I can say, roomie for this weekend. G. Juarez didn't pitch much in the postseason before she went on her streak in 2021. In fact, she didn't even pitch in the Super Region. And then all of a sudden, she found another gear. Here's Sierra Kirsten.
And I think that's the biggest thing as a pitcher, just being able to bide your time and not get too frustrated, get out of yourself of, I want to throw. Obviously, everybody wants to throw, everybody wants to play, but not getting so emotionally distraught and out of yourself that whenever your time comes, you're not ready.
Kirsten singled her last time up. Maxwell pounds the inside corner for a strike. And I guess my point is, you go back in 21, G. Juarez, after the regionals and super regionals, and even the early part of the World Series, she really found something and led the Sooners to the title. 1-1, swinging a foul tip, strike 2. In 2022, Jordy Ball got hurt right before the postseason started. So we had to turn to the combination of Troutwine and Nicole May. And then last year, of course, it was a lot of Jordy. And they've got options. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Kirsten. Grounded to the right side. Sanders easily to the bag. And there's one away. 15-0 Sooners. 15 runs on 17 hits. They've shut out Liberty on just 2 hits. Combination of May, Keeney, and Maxwell. And just because Keeney had a rough outing last night, or just because Nicole May had a rough one on Friday, there's a pop fly to right field. Well, that's got some juice to the wall. My goodness, it's gone. Megan Fortner hammers one over the right field wall. And Q had to look up and watch it fly out.
That one shot well, Oppo.
That it did, but Fortner hits the bomb.
I mean, but also, we're looking straight out into left field, and we see these flags, and they're blowing hard across the field. But if that's where that ball is hit, straight in that wind,
it's going to go well
out.
And
to
you
right
can
field.
you can also
hard.
see now it's in conjunction with the flags on top of the concourse too.
No crosswind.
There is no crosswind. It's dead out to right field. Here's the first pitch, blown away to Byram.
This whole field is a wind tunnel out to right field right now.
I don't, I'm saying this, but I don't remember it being like that at Marita Hines Field.
Oh yeah,
but it was, wasn't it?
It was.
I mean,
I got lucky a couple times on that one.
Here's the 1-0 in the dirt.
But I will say, I haven't seen it yet. I mean, day 2, it's still early, but Marita Hines, you would have it blow straight out to right field, but then you would have the crosswind when right field was blowing out to left center, and then from the third base dugout, it would be blowing out to right field. So it's just literal crosswind. So I haven't
is
seen
outside, 3-0.
that too much. I don't know. Maybe it has, and I just haven't seen any flags over there down by that first base line.
Well, I will say this much. This does lead into one of the great fights Poppy and I have. He doesn't believe in wind-aided home runs. Here's the 3-0. Strike 1.
Jim Gasso.
Yeah, it's a good fight we have.
I think sometimes Jim Gasso just
I don't
likes
know
to
if
fight.
I don't know if he believes it, but he's got me feeling like I need to defend it all the time. So he probably wins. 3-1. That's hit pretty well to right field. And this one is gone. You mentioned there is a jet stream out of here to right field. Kelly Maxwell came in, we hoped, to get 3 quick outs and send us to the Bud Light postgame show. And in that, we've seen back-to-back home runs. And
Liberty just doing a good job. That backdoor curve from Kelly, it's coming across the plate. Getting a little bit too much plate, not staying on that corner. But with that, Liberty's doing a good job letting it get deep, letting it come to them. Because what Kelly does good with that backdoor is hitters, they see it and they want to chase it. They want to go get it.
I think that might have been the first career home run for Byron. Indeed it was. Here's Bryn McManus. 15-3 now. McManus grounds it sharply to third. Knocked down by Brito. Picks it up, throws. Oh, it just pulled Sanders off the bat.
And we talked about this yesterday on the TV broadcast, but Liberty, their team, it doesn't matter, down 15-0. About to get run ruled in the 5th. They're down to their last few outs. They're like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm still going to make the most of every at-bat, and that's what they've been doing.
The magic number, of course, is, 5 plus 7. You've got to score 5 more runs to keep this game going. Well, now the umpires are going to get together. That was a hard hit ball, 2 to third. So the Sooners have been hit with some late inning struggles in the circle. Now, what are we reviewing?
And there's
I guess it's in the umpire's hands in the 5th inning and beyond. I'm pretty sure. Because I didn't see Patty Gasso challenge it. Did you?
I didn't see anything from Coach Gasso, and I didn't see anything from Dot either. She was just talking to them for the pinch runner.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have a review here on the play at first base.
I think, actually, I do know what it is. It was bang, bang. The umpires might be reviewing. Did she stick on that bag before she fell off Sanders, or did her foot come off whenever she dove right away?
And we should also add that an umpire can look at a play anytime they really want. If in this instance, Bill Gottaso, he's over at first base, if he were to say, hey, let's take a look at that, then they could go, look, umpire's discretion, I think is the term.
Yeah. I do like that, though, especially in the latter half of those games, because sometimes there's these plays that determine the outcome of the game.
Fairly quick review here. Very dramatic pause. Home plate umpire points safe. Orthodontics exclusively is proud to sponsor the Junior Captain of the game. Junior Captain is the ultimate fan experience for children 6 through 12. There's 2 locations in Norman and South Oklahoma City, and every consultation is free. And Bob Moore Ford is proud to honor service members through the Patriot of the Game. To nominate a Patriot, go to bobmooreford.com/hero. All right. 15-3. Sooners well in control here. But back-to-back home runs. First pitch popped up. Right side is their room. Hodge giving chase. She's calling off everyone and makes the catch. What a defensive day for Avery Hodge.
Said it before.
2-way.
Avery Hodge is one of the smoothest defenders that I have ever seen. I want to compare her to the likes of Sis Bates, her range on balls, her quickness with her release. She is a great, great defender.
Brooke Roberts, 0 for 2. First pitch from Maxwell in for a strike.
And we talked about a battle. Is it a battle? Is it not? Is it situational? I think it's a battle. And Torres, she has the advantage with the bat, but I think Hodge has the advantage with defense. It's just whoever's more consistent.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Oh, just got a piece of it. And that got a piece of Hansen. Oof. Somebody needs to see the doctor.
Kinsey Hansen is constantly getting beat up behind the plate. I know it's your job as a catcher, but I remember playing with her and she'd walk into the training room and she would have literal bruises the size of somebody's head all over her legs. She's like, just another day.
Just another day. Fifth inning's always brought to you by the Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Enjoy great dining experiences at any of our restaurants. Let's see if Kelly Maxwell can get us off to one of those Hal Smith restaurants. Swing and a miss. Win column Sooners run the winning streak to 71 straight. The final from Love's Field on a Saturday. Oklahoma 15, Liberty 3. Our next break will be break 1 of the post-game show. Oklahoma wins it 15-3 in run rule fashion. The Bud Light post-game show is next. This is Sooner Softball from Learfield.